the only way I feel like it could work is if they operate in the Cartoon Network expanded universe.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if they age up number one.
Actually, that's very true.
And they do like a Alex Jones style, like
fucking InfoWars, goddamn Cartoon Network.
No, wait. I'm gonna cut that shit out. 'Cause I don't.
What up, everybody? It's the Well-Spoken Token coming at you again with another episode. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm super excited to be here. Happy to be on the mic talking to you guys. Thank you so much for clicking the link. Thank you so much for checking out the page. If you're watching me on YouTube, you look at my beautiful face. I'm happy to see you. You can see I've got guests. I've got niggas with me. But as always, you know I've got my brother with me. Say what up to the people, bro.
Hey, how you doing, people?
Yeah. Also, we got this illustrious motherfucker over here. He's beautiful, goddamn. He's not Antonio Banderas, but he gives the nigga a run for his motherfucking money. Say what up to the people, Crown.
Hello there, people. How's it going?
Yeah.
You can always tell how many fucking Mexican actors my brother knows because he's always going to default to Antonio Banderas.
Nigga, hold on. Oh, he looks like Pedro Pascal, but he can do so better. Yeah, Pedro Pascal.
What's Pedro Pascal in?
Pedro Pascal was the Mandalorian. He's also playing Joel in the new Last of Us movie. Yeah, nigga, I know.
Joel's Mexican?
No, that's what's wild about it. Hold on. Pedro Pascal be getting away with a lot of shit because, like, I don't know if people remember this, but he was actually played like a white cowboy dude in the Golden Circle, fucking Kingsman, the Golden Circle.
Is Pedro Pascal also the guy in Narcos?
He is also, is he the guy in Narcos?
That would be a simple
I think so.
search.
I think he is. I think he played.
Go ahead.
No, he's not. He's not Pedro. Pedro Pascal didn't play Pablo Escobar.
Why don't you cook it up real quick?
I mean, hell, you was looking around. Either way, Pedro Pascal, famous Mexican actor, is Rami Malek fucking Hispanic?
I don't think that's the case, no.
He's really racially ambiguous. He's like Bruno Mars. I don't really know. Like
Bruno Mars is Filipino.
Sure. I thought he was Polynesian.
Oh,
that's the sauce at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's fucked up. I've been looking at Bruno Mars and just calling him a sauce for a long time. No sauce for me. Michelle Rodriguez. Love Michelle Rodriguez, but she's a woman, so I don't know.
He was indeed fucking Pablo Escobar.
Oh shit, Pedro Pascal. Shout out. You had another.
He's also not Mexican. He's Chilean.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
He's Is that Hispanic still?
That's still Hispanic.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can tell by how the word is shaped.
Michelle Rodriguez, right? Also another famous actor. Shout out to Pedro Pascal for having so many goddamn roles. Fuck Me Sideways. I think that's actually it on the Hispanic actor.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the gamut of your knowledge. The guy who played Namor.
Shit, he's got a really Mayan name. He's got a really Mayan name.
Right? You know what's his face.
Yeah, his name is really Mayan, and I'm gonna fuck it up. I don't know how to say it.
Don't even try. Don't even attempt.
Hold on. There's gotta be another one, man. I know I'm not that bad at this.
You're just looking more and more racist by the second.
Every second of this. Hold on, man. There's gotta be another. Oh, George Lopez.
Great guy. Love him.
sure.
Carlos Mencia. Luis Guzman.
Gabriel Iglesias. Oh, that's probably bad. Yeah. Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah, take that one.
Great guy. He was on all that. Good for him.
Take that one. Please.
Yeah, Gabriel Iglesias was on fucking all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because we probably jumped off the fucking ship by the time he jumped.
We were pretty much done with all that.
Oh.
They were trying. Yeah, no, he was like a teacher or something? Janitor? Nigga?
No, he was a kid on all that.
No way.
You know, speaking of like fat comedians, I guess. I remember the time you told me that Carlos Mencia was in what's his name? Proud Family.
Yeah, he was.
Was he Poppy?
Yeah, he was not Poppy. He was the guy under him.
He was oh my God,
Felix. His name was Felix. Yeah, you told me that. I just had to take that in.
Yeah, what's La Cienaga's last name?
La Cienega Boulevard.
Yeah, that show sucks. That show fucking sucks.
Nigga, okay, look, it doesn't suck, right? But like in hindsight, there's a lot of jokes that I would just feel like didn't get
very on the nose.
Y'all know they tried to recreate fucking Family Guy, like not Family Guy, Proud Family.
Yeah,
I know. I think they successfully did it.
Yeah, I mean, they made some noticeable changes.
So like I was you looking at me crazy because I smoked
No,
weed?
I don't care.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't want to be monetized.
Yeah.
I hate money.
That wasn't weed. What do you mean? No, but so for me, like it was like, oh, Penny's fucking 16 now, and like she's grown and growing up and shit like that.
Penny was 14 in the original, so anyway.
I mean, it's fantastic to see like somebody go, oh yeah, let's like continue it, let's make them older. So you felt like it was good. I didn't watch it, so that's.
I mean, I didn't watch it either. What the hell? I look
so
like
how do you know it was good?
I just saw the reception for the show, and it was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
But they canceled it.
They didn't cancel it. First of all,
They
a
pulled it.
Disney Channel cancellation is not the same as any other cancellation. Okay,
We're just retooling it, all right?
yeah, they
I'll be
retooled
back
it.
soon.
We'll be back later.
Don't you worry
We're
about
gonna
it.
lock it up in the Disney vault and bring it back in
Watch
10
out when
years.
the Kim Possible reboot comes back.
Man, Kim Possible Kids.
Her and Ron co-parent.
Kim Stoppable, because she has to get when she gets married, she has to change her name.
Oh, they really thought about it, huh?
That'd be crazy.
Kim Stoppable.
Kim
That's
Stoppable.
That's assuming they're gonna stay married. See, they have to appeal to modern audiences, so
so
they
they
probably
got-
got married and divorced.
And then she got with Bonnie, the cheerleader, and
That
now
would be
she's
hot.
raising. Now she's,
I mean, that would be cool.
and now she's raising Ron Stoppable's kids.
I mean, that'd be
Ron,
cool.
Ron and Wade go to the bar, and she's like, "She's just a fucking cut, man."
Nah, if she got with like Monique, that'd be way better.
that would make more sense.
I always get
Oh.
this is gonna sound racist for my own race,
Yep.
but I always get like Monique and the black chick from Danny Phantom mixed up.
Yeah, I
Samantha.
know.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
the starts with the V. Starts with the V.
Nothing.
Vivica ain't fucked.
No, what's her fucking name? Is it Vivian Veronica? Fucking.
I think Veronica may be a safe bet.
I don't think
It's
that
pretty
was
close,
it. She
but
had a
like-
cool suit though.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Ghost
Yeah.
catching. I don't know where she found all that ghost catching equipment.
Vlad gave it to her.
Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad.
Fucking Vlad, man. Also, how crazy was it that the fucking big bad of Danny Phantom is Danny Phantom?
Yeah.
He's like,
that's-
no, it's
yeah, he
it's
shows
future
up.
him. He's the bad guy.
I don't know. I didn't
Yeah,
watch
like he
season 5.
basically beats the shit out of Vlad, and it's just like,
Do
all right,
I look
cool.
like I watched season 5?
No, you don't.
I didn't
like,
watch season 5, man.
I watched the Danny Phantom expanded universe because like a lot of niggas fell off after like what?
Butch Hartman is constantly, and this is once again, every time you talk about fucking Danny Phantom, you got to talk about Butch Hartman.
Yeah.
Butch Hartman is constantly rewriting his universe. So yeah, I'm good. Hey guys, I'm on TikTok, and this is what Tucker Foley will look like in 15 years, right here.
No, you didn't like that? Well,
Now he designs
I'm
ghost catching gear.
gonna wait a week, and now I'm redo it.
Yeah, right. Shout out to
Yeah.
you.
Shout out to you, Butch Hartman. I feel like in any case, if I was a creator like that, then I would milk it too.
Yeah, for sure.
If I've got 5 shows that, what is it, 4 shows that are syndicated on
He's got a
Nickelodeon?
ton. I don't even want to fucking.
Butch
see it.
Hartman. Okay, so fucking Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom. What else?
Tough Puppy.
Yeah.
Tough Puppy. Fuck me.
Hey, what's another Butch Hartman show that isn't Tough Puppy?
Butch Hartman, nigga, I don't even know who that is.
All right, there we go. We found it. We found the line.
Danny Phantom.
Oh yeah, see, Danny Phantom is what I would have said.
I don't remember the fourth.
I don't think he has a fourth one.
So 3 total. And the
think he has
tough
another
and Tough Puppy, I would argue that
Definitely has another.
Tough Puppy, I would argue that doesn't get like the same universal treatment.
Crazy Steve.
Superhero League.
Man, put
Yeah.
your face in this motherfucker. Come be the producer, nigga.
Bunsen is a beast. There's no reason we said that like we knew what that was.
I now vividly remember that little troll character. Like he's like blue and purple, some shit. But yes, that.
He looks like a bee.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Buzz on Maggie? Am I right, guys?
Hey man, what's with buzz? What's the buzz on Maggie?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whatever happened to that one? Am I
Nah,
right?
you guys
guys?
remember What's with Andy?
Yeah, I do.
Classic. But it's crazy because
Was he in a wheelchair?
No, he was.
That was Pellswood.
That was yeah. I was gonna say.
Oh wow.
Oh my god. The reason I even thought about that because like Buzz on Maggie, I feel like the theme song and What's with the theme songs are similar. It's like remember fucking What's with Andy's theme song? What's with Andy? What's with Andy?
I do, but we're not gonna spend too much time.
Nah,
on
I
that.
just wanted to know. Is Buzz on Maggie's? What was Buzz on Maggie's theme song? Do y'all remember?
It's
Something about blading, and it was 5
yeah, it's
o'clock
like
skate
a-
park at the mall.
punk, yeah, it's a punk rock
Wait,
song.
that sounds like the Weekenders theme song.
No,
That's just who
It was-
some
it
shit
was-
like that, man.
Hey, look, y'all don't pay us to sing, but
no, I was actually referencing Teenage Robot, but
Damn,
whatever.
that's another one. Wow. Why is everybody's theme song relate to them back to going to the mall or eating some kind of pizza?
That's just what they thought we wanted.
Yeah. We wanted punk rock. We wanted to be rebellious.
Yeah, right. That was
of course.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up with 16. No, whatever the fuck we call villain. Show your face for like 2 seconds.
The reason I even bring up all these fucking things is actually, are we being fuck it? I'm being meta.
You might as well.
Because what we did was you sat down and was like, we know that is another nigga that grew up in the same time frame. I said his name.
That's fine. I would have beeped it.
We know Crown grew up in about the same time frame as us, but got an opportunity to experience
the exact time frame actually, but
yeah.
whatever.
He's right in between for me. My nigga Crown, I feel like, is a respected man amongst the peers as like a cartoon aficionado. I would guarantee that a lot of us, if we had to say, is like, oh yeah, it's time for Jeopardy, it's time for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's time for any trivia show, and the fucking subject is cartoons. I guarantee you've got at least 65 to 85% of your family and friends that'd be like, yeah, let me Crown.
There you go. You just see his face and you're like, that's my buddy.
That's my nigga. That's my guy right there.
Yeah.
But so we decided to go ahead and sit down and kind of discuss some shit. Lately, all the ones we've mentioned have been like shit that we grew up with, very nostalgic and stuff. But something that's kind of cool now that we kind of look back in retrospect is that all of us are adults now, and it's like holy shit, like all these cartoons and shit like that were allegedly off limits. I mean, the ones that you had to sneak to watch and shit back in the day. We can actually go ahead and discuss these motherfuckers. Actually, I've been consuming them for a good hot motherfucking minute. So
I was watching fucking adult cartoons when I wasn't supposed to be watching adult cartoons.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the beauty of like having Mexican parents. They do not know that this is I'm not supposed to see it, but they don't have the grasp of the English language, and they probably already went to sleep because they got work in the morning.
Yeah,
I can just turn on the TV and just say, "Alrighty, cool, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Robot Chicken." Family Guy before he got really bad. Futurama, Oblongs, Mission Hill.
Hold on. All right. So there's two right off the bat. 2 points that I want to get at you about because one, Family Guy. But you said before it got really bad. You feel like Family Guy jumped the shark, or do you feel like it's just like in a bad period?
I just feel like they're just saying like risque things just for the sake of risque things,
Is that Seth MacFarlane losing his touch, or you think that's just Family Guy?
For one, Seth MacFarlane,
he don't write that no more.
Yeah, he doesn't write the show anymore. He sold it to Fox.
Yeah.
So
now it's just Fox. It's just like a writing room of probably like 20, 25-year-olds. Like,
yeah, he obviously voiced like 70% of the characters. Peter, Brian, Quagmire. Just a bunch of other side characters.
That nigga voices Quagmire?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, who else? Like, damn, yeah, he's a fucking
no.
But so he sold it, but is he still performing? I don't watch New Family Guy.
No, yes, he is. Yeah,
smart nigga.
Yeah, he's still
smart nigga. He's like, pay me.
Yeah, but he no longer write. I'm not sure when he actually sold the full rights to Fox, but first 3-4 seasons were pretty good, and after that, after he sold it, then they just became.
After they killed Brian, I was like, I'm not really fucking with it.
Yeah, that was for me a very big turning point. I was like, I really actually don't remember any new Family Guys outside of like the Star Wars shit. Whenever they put out a new Star Wars thing,
that's crazy. Actually, I just looked it up. That Quagmire does indeed. He is indeed voiced by Seth MacFarlane. I'm like, damn. I used to say shit like Seth MacFarlane ain't got no range. He always plays himself, or a deeper version of himself, or a gay version of himself.
That guy as a voice actor, he's actually fucking talented.
He's up there.
He's
fucking up there.
And I'll give it to him musically. I also think don't
give it to him musically. If he hears this shit, he's gonna keep going.
I like his singing voice. I think his singing voice is good.
He was the mouse from Sing, if you remember that movie.
He is that mouse? Yeah. I didn't realize, but that makes sense because he does have.
Why does anybody remember
the Frank Sinatra quality? Because Sing is a fucking like award-winning movie.
That's what the Greaser Gorilla,
Sing
right?
And Sing too.
Yeah, it
is. Yes, that's the Greaser Gorilla.
It also spoiled the fucking movie on the trailer.
Taron Egerton. Taron Egerton? I don't know. That nigga from Kingsman also.
You think I watched Kingsman,
You
bro?
didn't watch Kingsman?
I don't give a
That's a
fuck about
graphic novel played out on fucking TV.
I've seen a lot of those at this
I'm
point.
just being honest. Like, it is fucking crazy. I love it. Samuel L. Jackson, one of my favorite roles that Samuel L. Jackson ever did. A fucking nerd with a lisp. That is range. Like, because everybody hires Samuel L.
So
Jackson.
we gave Samuel L. Jackson a lisp, and now we're like, range!
I'm saying.
He's the greatest thing that ever fucking
No, what I'm saying is that people hire Samuel L. Jackson typically to play Samuel L. Jackson. And we want to see,
Except for this nerd with this lisp.
except for this nerd with this lisp.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. No, I agree with him.
Oh, what you got? What you got to say, nigga?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Say motherfucker.
Yeah. Samuel, could you please?
Is it, in his contracts that he has to say it at least once? Like, he has to get it out of the system or else he blows up.
Yeah, right. Come on, man. Please.
I got to get a release.
I gotta drop it. I know it's a kid's movie, man. Let me get it.
Pass me that bottle, bro.
Yeah, okay, fine. But anyway, you were saying about adult cartoons.
No. I was like, we got on Sing, but I'm saying that like Sing with that situation, I will say that Seth MacFarlane has a vocal quality similar to Frank Sinatra. So if you were doing a Frank Sinatra,
Get
parody,
off this nigga's nuts, man.
if you're doing a
You
parody,
let Seth MacFarlane hear that, you will never hear the end of it.
what I'll say is that this is a musical as much as it's as much a musical as it is a fucking cartoon.
Okay, the Family Guy.
Family Guy. Yeah. I'm saying that like a good chunk of the episodes are definitely musical.
You said it's as much of a musical as it is a cartoon.
Almost, yeah.
It is true.
No. I will not say there's not music.
Because I guarantee you can think of at least 2 Family Guy songs.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Bag of Weed.
I
That's
needed
my
you.
shit.
We're done. Yeah, Bag of Weed's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, a lot of the songs are good. But I'm just not. I'm not subscribing to that. I don't know. I haven't watched Modern Family Guy in quite a while.
Yeah, I will say I let
If
Family
you
Guy
really
get
want to
away.
watch it, just YouTube will got you. They have all of these damn compilation clips. Hell, even fucking Family Guy acknowledges the fact that there are just compilations of their materials and shtick on YouTube. But yeah, just watch those and you're
Just the same thing. Now I get the whole thing.
Like, so looking at American Dad, right? Another project, Seth MacFarlane. I don't know. Did he sell that as well?
What's up?
Yeah, I remember that one that was on a
Nigga, show
Comedy
your face.
Central.
Don't just be down
Man,
there.
look, bro, I'm the disembodied voice in this motherfucker, but I'm bringing up this one. What was that on Comedy Central? It had like the fucking Fox lady.
Oh, that's drawn together.
Yeah.
Today's the day, boys.
What I say? What I say before we even cut off? I was like,
we're going in.
Today's the day we talk about Tron together.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, no, drawn together, which is wild that you still have memories of that, which shows how much like that.
No, that shit hit him.
shows-
That shit got his ass.
The show you just can't forget.
Yeah, no,
It's not my proudest fact, but I mean,
yeah, no. There's plenty of shameful faps. Not even shameful.
Nah.
Plenty of curious.
There's one scene. Remember that scene where Foxy Brown was trying to teach Princess. What's the princess's name?
Claire.
Yeah, Princess Claire.
Beth?
What?
No,
Was it Beth?
No, it's
No. It's Claire, and then the Betty Boop broad that's Toot.
Oh, I
Yes,
love Toot.
yeah, it's
Yeah, Toot.
Tootie.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
It's
Toot.
Yeah.
Toot was fucking. Tootie was like before
Yeah.
Snooki was Snooki. There was Toot.
Are you
Like,
trying to make the assumption that Snooki and fucking
Toot are similar? Yeah, because Toot was supposed to be. You can drop my guitar. That's fine.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, but Toot was supposed to be like on the reality series, the individual that was a little bit overweight and self conscious, but not overly so.
They didn't start trying to work that overweight shit in there until like
You remember when
eight
she
episodes. Yeah, season 2.
Remember when she exploded in collagen, or was that butter?
I don't fucking remember. I know what you're talking about. She exploded in some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she just dies a lot. There was one time where she ate the Wienermobile.
Yeah,
that thing
because she's a
outside.
toon. But that's the thing, she's a toon. Like
They're all tuned.
the same way with what's crazy that Yu-Gi-Oh informs toon rules.
I'm gonna let him cook. Don't even
No,
don't even engage him on this shit. Just let him do it.
So Toon World, right? All right, it's the magic card that allows. It's the spell card in Yu-Gi-Oh that's like it's the field spell turns everything.
We've
toon.
all been 11. We all know how Toon World works.
And so you got all the toon versions of the creatures and the monsters. They have all these wacky-ish powers. You know, if you look at fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
Yes, we get it.
We're yeah, and even Space Jam. Like, toons have a very interesting powers where, like, if you die, it's not necessarily, you can reconstitute yourself. You can fucking stretch unbelievably, anthropomorphize and different shit. It's kind of like what I thought was cool about Drawn Together was that almost every character was representative of a different form of like
the Toon World.
Toon World, right? And they had respective powers.
Even Xander, that's that nigga's name.
Yeah, Xander, the anime nigga.
Xander ruined
We just
donuts
name
for
off
me.
all the characters.
Oh, actually, yeah, let's give an intro. Some people don't remember Drawn Together. So let's see if we can. Because I
just locked it away.
Yeah, right. No, there's parts that should be locked away.
Good Jesus. All right, no. So let's start with the Superman
It was
character.
a fucking close-up of his ass, but it was a donut.
So obviously we got Xander. He was the anime-ish character who represented.
That was Ling Ling, nigga. Ling Ling was more so.
Ling Ling was like representative.
Ling Ling was anime.
Yeah.
Anime. Well, what do we
All
say?
anime.
There is video games.
So
Yes.
Ling Ling was a Pikachu-esque, like anime-esque character.
Right.
Oh, Xander was video games because he
Yes.
was like
Because
Link.
He was Zelda.
Also, yeah, he's
Yeah,
supposed
he
to
was
be
like
Link.
For a fucking Link,
Yeah.
except he's gay.
Did I
Yeah.
say Zelda?
Yeah. You did. So Xander, what's the Superman character's name?
Captain Hero.
My nigga is good, man. That's all we
Who's
got.
also the voice actor of Crash Bandicoot and the Insane Trilogy. So yeah,
Yeah, he is. I'm
God
fucking
damn.
figure.
yeah, he's
he's
also
good.
Wacko for anybody.
What?
Yeah.
Wacko from,
That
Animated.
makes him Greg Paulson. Is that Greg Paulson? Don't listen to me.
Yeah, I was like, hold on a second.
Huh?
I was not going to be chugging out voice actor names because I guarantee you a nigga was
Wait.
going to get them wrong. All right. So Captain Hero, Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown.
Foxy
who
Brown.
I believe
That's
Penny.
Cree Summers.
Penny from Inspector.
Yeah,
Gadget,
it's
right?
definitely Cree Summers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is wild. That
Ram that son of a bitch!
She's also number 5 from the Kids Next Door.
yes, indeed. She's also Susie Carmichael.
Yes, she's every black character ever. She's every black female
Oh,
character
God.
ever.
Also, she's voicing herself in Codename Kids Next Door because she's also Cree.
Uh,
Like her.
Yes.
weird.
Yeah, right. Cree Summers. Yeah.
No, we get it.
Yes.
Move on.
Huh. Alright.
Sorry.
There's
But,
others.
yeah, okay. Foxy Brown.
there's-
What genre of cartoon would we say that Foxy Brown
I
is,
think
though?
She's like the 1970s fucking like
Scooby Doo.
mystery solving guy.
Yes, I got
Yeah.
you. Which
Because she
makes
had-
sense. Yeah, because she was in a Pussycat Dolls-esque band. I
Yes.
forgot about that. She's every black character in those. I got you. Hanna-Barbera almost.
Yes,
Yes.
there we go. That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the
and
place.
then fucking all right, Foxy Brown, the
There-
princess.
Which is
Disney.
Princess Claire. Yeah, Disney.
She's Disney
Straight up
for sure, which is
Disney.
wild because that bitch has got all sorts of shit going on. Where her, like,
Oh yeah, like she's
Oh.
over. She has-
Jess Hurnell, by the way, that's the nigga's name. But anyway,
Jess Hurnell. Okay, got you. Foxy Brown, Toot, who's
rubber.
yeah.
Rubber.
yeah, the rubber era, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That nice rubber hose. God damn,
Yeah.
good word.
You didn't know that? You didn't play
No,
Cuphead?
I mean I did. I just the word itself was escaping me.
Yeah.
But
There's Woldor, the Looney Tunes.
yes, my
There
nigga.
is Woldor.
Woldor was
That's the guy I was
weirdo.
suppressing.
Yeah.
The mascot.
That's the guy putting the vote.
The mascot.
Acme.
What
Looney
he was
Tunes
always
shit.
fucking holding like a was it inflatable
doorknob.
balloons? A doorknob. That was-
Yeah, no, he has a doorknob like I guess has a tail or something.
Yeah, and he'll fucking No, what was his dick though? Like his dick was obviously.
I don't want to talk
Oh
about
no,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole masturbation.
Yes,
like,
that was what I was
episode
remembering. It was
where
like
he
it was
just
right.
licks his nose and then he's just like,
'Cause his-
Ah,
Yeah, his shit was fucking complicated.
and there's the pig. I forgot his
Hammy.
name.
Hammy,
Hammy?
which was it Hammy? Ham?
I feel like him. Yeah, I think it's just like
Because like he is the irreverent cartoon. Like he is. I think that genre.
like a 90, like a Flash cartoon.
Spanky.
Because he-
Spanky Ham.
Yes,
Spanky Ham.
That's his name. He's the.
I was thinking of top 5 with Chris Rock.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he played a fictional character named Hammy.
Yeah, and
he
it
was
was
like,
a
it's
fucking-
Hammy time. Spanky.
No.
He's supposed to represent like Flash cartoons of that era,
Of
like
that era and shit.
Newgrounds.
Yeah,
because he's always the
Homestar Runner, all that bullshit. Like
Mhm.
Yeah,
he's the metaest motherfucker around. Like
yeah, because there's a
That was that era.
episode where he gets uploaded a virus, so because he's from
from that computer era. So
Yeah,
like.
so
Which I love the dynamic in the house. Like I thought that shit was fun. Captain Hero being like effeminate like in closed doors and shit like that? Because every time something would wild happen, you like
he was definitely a bi-curious young lady.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a partner, like a dude that showed up and he was like, he was like his partner and they had feelings for each other? It's like they were confused about the situation. Or was that
Why did I lock that?
or was that Xander?
No, it was Xander because it was a fucking episode where like
Him and Captain Hero,
he left, but then it's Captain Hero again, but with glasses, and he has like a whole different personality.
Because he's Clark. It's the Clark Kent joke. Like it's his
his alter ego.
Yes,
was the bi-curious.
Exactly. His alter ego was the one that slept with Xander, and then they had a whole thing because Xander was feeling like neglected.
Yeah.
And shit.
Wow, I did suppress this. I did lock this away in the vault, huh?
I watched the shit out of Drawn Together.
No,
man.
I did too.
Like,
But I put that shit in the vault.
No, it's easy too because goddamn was it influential and wild. Like I still say Arabasi. Like Arabasi.
No, I get it. I get it. That was Tara Strong.
Yeah.
Pretending to be Japanese.
Yeah.
When's the day we're gonna cancel Tara Strong?
Yo.
When's the day?
The funny thing about it is that there's reports that she's a bitch.
Yeah, no.
Like
I would think
I
like
don't
that's
blame her.
she's hot. I mean, yeah. What? Yeah, she's crazy.
What I'm saying is that
I would assume that because her she has so many voice like roles,
Yeah.
like a lot of them.
shout out
I
Tommy
think
Pickles.
She's got a bunch of roles, bro. She's there's nothing. If I watch a cartoon, I assume Tara
Strong's in there. I was like, yeah. She's like, I'm definitely probably gonna hear Tara Strong. I'm probably gonna hear Cree Summer. Like, you know,
maybe Steve Bloom.
Steve Bloom might be in there, but that nigga's getting that money in anime.
I mean,
Actually, no, video games. That nigga loves. Like, oh my god, they love that nigga in video games.
well, yeah, he's got a great voice.
Yeah. Also, he's great for background. Background characters. Him and Sean Schimmel, like the voice of Goku. Them niggas get it in as far as
Sean
background
Schimmel, not
characters.
so much anymore.
Not so much anymore, but like I remember hearing this nigga is like not Crocus, but somebody. It's like a member of Guts
The
Band.
Normandy fucking.
No, in Berserk, he's a member of Guts Band.
Yeah,
in
no,
Berserk.
he's a bunch of niggas in Berserk.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. That was the 90s. He was getting work in the 90s.
He was getting it in.
How much work is Sean Schimmel getting now? It's like, nah, you're the voice of Goku, right?
Goku, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we need another shonen protagonist.
Meanwhile, Steve Bloom is so many motherfucking main characters.
He's more versatile, but
they
I'm not
won't
here.
give-
This is not the voice actor pie.
Yeah, sorry, you're very right. It's all in cartoons, but I mean,
Save
Western
it for
mostly.
the next nigga that's gonna be a voice actor.
Western mostly. But no, Drawn Together was crazy because like it was a cartoon.
Is
so
that all the characters?
Yes.
There's a lot of side characters like the princess's vagina monster.
You didn't even talk about Claire.
Yeah, we did talk about.
Yeah.
her.
We
She
briefly
was-
touched on Claire
Well, what else?
because she was the Disney. She was
She's
the
the Disney
Disney.
character. But what else? That's what I'm
she
mentioning.
had like strong Christian
Yeah.
overtones, but like
I'm mentioning her now because like she like her purity situation. She has a vagina monster like that had a voice. Like
You really want to talk about this vagina monster?
I'm just saying. Remember the
It
voice
was,
actor for that? He was like the Barry White of voice actors at the time in deep black voice.
Kevin, whatever the
I
fuck.
don't remember what the fuck, but he was yeah. And then whose vagina monster was she bonding with? Or was that
no,
Xander's anus monster?
No. What? No.
Did Xander have an
You're-
anus?
No, hey, you're off the deep end,
So,
buddy.
no, so because of this vagina monster, they tried to have a batch. God fucking damn it! I hate. Why is it called a vagina monster? There's a fucking. They had to. They ended up doing like a bachelorette.
Yeah, it was a bachelorette.
find a match because
It was
in order for her to cure her vagina
Vagina
monster, she
monster?
has to find true love.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they have a bachelorette party, which they found one dude with a
Yeah.
penis monster
Yeah.
instead of a vagina monster.
But they didn't get along.
They didn't get
Yeah,
along.
I get along great.
And
And it was the fake Donald Trump baby that was the
yes, the,
Fuck me, man. That I repressed.
yeah, it was the Donald Trump baby that was that was proctoring the situation. It was the apprentice. It was a fucking is it the apprentice? I don't fucking
yes,
know. I
it
didn't
was
watch
the apprentice.
Yeah, it was a
It was
parody
like
of
the
The Apprentice.
Bachelor mixed with the Apprentice because, like, again, they came for everything.
This is a great episode.
That show went for everything. They tackled.
hey, Billy, do you remember that episode? Do you remember that shit?
I remember Drawn Together.
Wait.
I remember Drawn Together, and that's about the whole of it. You know what I'm saying? I remember the characters vaguely. I remember waking up late at night in the crevice of the bed and just looking up, be like, "What this on the TV?"
On this-
Praise God! Praise God! That's crazy.
He does move the crevice.
Yo, if you don't got multiple fucking siblings and you slept in the same bed, you don't know shit about a crevice.
I'm gonna wedge myself in there
Just
because I'm not falling all the way.
I'm not falling off the bed. Fuck y'all. I'm getting up against that wall.
Yeah,
And I'm just gonna wedge my arm
that's crazy.
and my leg into the wall.
That's crazy. It's a good show. I mean, why did it get canceled?
It had multiple seasons. Like I think
Yeah.
at least 4.
3,
Four
I think.
seasons.
It's
Three.
And
I
then
think the
one-
4th was the cancellation, like where they jumped the shark.
Well, they
like,
always do like a cancellation.
Yeah.
Like they'd have a season finale, and they just do like clips of all the.
yeah.
all
Oh my
the
god,
shit.
it was
But
always.
they did have a movie. I never watched that movie.
I never
didn't
watched it
either.
either.
Damn, I need to watch that motherfucker. Hey, look, man, motherfuckers. Hey, we might just because we had such a fun time talking about this shit. We could do that like as a Discord party. Like we get together, do a watch together.
Boy, are you
Looking to get
are
canceled.
hopeful?
No,
Yes,
yeah.
3 seasons.
3 seasons.
It's 3 seasons.
Yeah, I
So
think
3 seasons in a movie. That's not a bad run. That's not a bad run.
That was
from
a great run. Because
I mean, mind you,
for-
I say not a bad run, but you got things like The Simpsons, you got things like Family Guy and American Dad that was like over 10
Well,
seasons.
it's mostly because Drawn Together.
Oh, it was Comedy Central, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
Comedy Central, and
And we already
Yeah.
paying for South Park, so we're not trying to fucking pay anybody else.
yeah, that and also I think it just maybe got a bit too.
yeah, no, they went off they would go off the deep end.
They would get real out there, real out in the weeds, and we're like, oh,
I remember
shit.
that Foxy Brown, and this is what I was going to say something earlier, but fuck it. I'm here already.
Yeah.
Foxy Brown, when she was teaching Claire how to masturbate,
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was
Cooked it.
Waldorf.
was it Waldorf?
Yeah, it was Waldorf
One of them
because he
motherfuckers.
never because.
Oh, yeah, he had never
they
fucking...
found him. Yeah, they found him humping everything in the kitchen, and he
Yeah.
doesn't know how to masturbate.
And she was trying to tell him how to give himself some
and
relief.
she cooked a piece of chicken on her shit.
God
He
damn.
just eats the chicken
Right.
like that's some finger.
That's some
fucking-
finger.
And I was watching that shit like, I have no idea how I'm supposed to fucking feel about
Am I
this shit.
supposed to
It brings
jack...
out a lightsaber that had the lightsaber and then a dolphin.
Yeah, right. And it never occurred to me that it was actually a dolphin. I was just like, whatever the fuck that
Whatever
is.
that weird thing is. Also, can we talk about why we just kept adding animals to sex toys?
Because
Like, remember the
what do
rabbits?
you mean by that?
I was saying,
he's talking about like
No, I get what he
Yeah,
means.
no,
He
no,
needs
like-
to say it out loud.
yeah, I'm going to. I promise. We're not like fucking animals, but like, so on
We're
a lot of on dildos, on phallic objects used to insert into vaginas or anuses, they would always add these like little attachments, right? And it wouldn't just be like another phallic shape. It'd be like a fucking rabbit with like ears, and it's all like fucking plastic or gelatin.
It's still a phallic shape.
It's a phallic-ish shape,
Yeah.
but it's got like it's phallic. It's dolphins are phallic. That's crazy.
Kinda, I don't know.
I mean, I guess
I mean,
we're like
they're like the other animals that enjoy, fucking each other for
Yeah.
just for the sake
yes,
of fucking.
but
each
like
other.
Dolphins and rabbits.
I'm a human, and when I look down at my fucking anus and/or vagina, and I look at this motherfucking
How you
dolphin,
looking at the anus?
because oh yeah, you never heard of a nigga putting his legs up?
I'm not doing this with
You
you.
ever heard? Oh, yeah, oh, sorry.
I'm not doing this
This
with you.
nigga
I'm not doing this with
revealing
you.
how sexually curious he is. Like,
This nigga try to fucking create a narrative. He wants a narrative so bad.
But if you lay on your back and you put one leg up, there we go. And you put the other leg up. Oh, this motherfucker nasty. Never mind.
Yeah, no, move on with your life. We're not keeping this section. This is gonna be a bitch said it.
You can put things in your anus and still look down and see it.
I'm certain you possibly could.
Yeah.
There was a simpler way to show me that, but
Yeah.
side point.
Excuse me. Have I what? Go ahead and ask that. No, put the mic in his mouth.
Here,
I just have a question. Have you ever done that?
Put something in my ass?
I know you have.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for the answer to this question, so we can move on.
You guys are.
Because I don't think you remember it. Yeah, I mean, me
I didn't put them all in
me
my
and
ass.
Crown are both the age where we like looked up to you like some idiots.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, no, we looked up to you, but we know it's a mistake now. I remember the day it was me, Crown, and what's your name? And we were walking home, and we were all like, Crown, I think asked was like, "Hey, what does a vagina feel like?" And you was like, "It's like the, it's like the underside of your tongue." And immediately, all three of us were like, "Hands and mouth."
I remember another like folklore that you can tell a person's nipple color by looking at
With their lips.
Their lips, yeah.
You told us.
I was passing down wisdom, man, but it's true, actually, yo.
But you were giving like piece of shit wisdom.
Nipple color, lip color, same thing.
Not the same thing.
No, they're the same thing.
It's frequently the same thing.
Elbow too, apparently.
And this is why we don't listen to you anymore.
Some of it be true though. So with a situation like Drawn Together, I see how it could fall off because again, with the network that's behind it not having the resources to kind of keep it up, especially with the writers, like you said, kind of going off the fucking deep end sometimes. It's hard to keep up because I don't think parents was fucking writing in like, you traumatized my baby.
I don't know how much mom knew that I was watching.
Oh, mom definitely knew did not know I was watching like nearly as much adult cartoons or adult animation.
Right.
Like that I was. Like I was definitely staying up. Do you guys remember what adult animation used to be? Like Daria, technically, I don't think it's for kids.
Daria is not for kids, but it's not like that far off the
yeah, it's like
it's MTV era shit.
It's like the more not explicit, but like more mature fucking.
I put Daria and King of the Hill in the same box.
That's another one. That's like a situation where it's like King of the Hill is not necessarily risque, but it is in some ways. Like narrow urethras. That's shit that you gotta like.
I wouldn't say that's risque per se.
No, I'm saying, but here's the deal. If our stepfather would balk at it a little bit, like
but he's
he's nasty.
I don't care, but he's still, once again, look at you showing out for company. Every time you get around some fucking company, you start acting up. No, more so just like Daria depicts real life in exaggerated way. King of the Hill depicts real life in an exaggerated way.
Remember Dilbert?
I don't give a fuck about Dilbert.
No, I mean like, do you
Crown? You give a fuck about Dilbert?
No, I mean, you got
tie, weird head. Tie, glasses.
Glasses. He was on sticky notes, notepads, everything.
Yeah, I know he had
very
a cartoon.
Popular. A comic strip too.
Yeah, I know he originated
That's what he meant.
Comic, but he also had a cartoon. But I remember seeing a few episodes, but it's like that. Again, I was a kid when I saw it.
Yeah, it wasn't as interesting.
I don't fucking get any
I'm not an office worker. That's the thing. I don't work in a fucking office.
Workplace humor for niggas that's not in there.
Yeah.
It's not Baby Blues where you're like watching it and it's like,
Baby Blues.
Ooh, that is a
Baby Blues. See, that was a good era. Not what happened, but like remember that area of Adult Swim where it was like Mission Hill.
Hold on.
Home videos.
Yeah, home movies. Home movies.
It's called home movies.
Like so, you got home movies, Mission Hill,
Oblongs.
What else was in
they
that
vein? They had Futurama for a bit.
I put Oblongs and Futurama in the same
vein
because that's where I saw it.
Man, and Oblongs didn't it have like a natural conclusion? Like didn't it like?
No, I mean it lasted a season.
Yeah, it just stopped.
Yeah, damn. It was just easy to put it in syndication because it was a season.
Yeah,
you didn't have to watch any of them in order.
Because they weren't necessarily like a fucking linear story. It was more so like
it's just some freak family.
Which like you know what's crazy? I will relate Oblong's humor very much to like Bob's Burgers humor.
Yeah, I
think they're super similar. Like
Oblongs is definitely the progenitor of like Bob's Burgers and like other grotesque looking fucking.
Yeah, man. I guess like.
No, that nigga had no legs. Yes, it was grotesque.
Oblongs was wild because it was like, all right, cool. Like, we'll take the fucking literal bottom of the barrel family, right? And we'll use the template of like, oh, this is a family sitcom type situation, and we'll fucking put them in a fucking nuclear waste dump, and like just give them all sorts of disabilities and shit, and just go from there. Like Milo, is that his name?
Milo,
Milo. That nigga's story, his soft spot is like a soft spot in my heart. Like I literally be thinking about Milo sometimes.
Right.
Oh my god. And what was the name of that horny ass friend of his?
Did he have a horny friend?
He had a horny friend with no bottom jaw.
Bubblegum? No.
She had no bottom jaw and she spit everywhere.
She always spits. I don't know her
and
name.
She's like, she was very much so like, just very curious. She wanted.
Yeah.
What? Like, so hold on. Oblongs.
Moral
oral is that goddamn. It's a god. Oh, look at this nigga.
No, yeah, I hopped in. But yeah, Moral Oral is actually a show that I revisited here recently because like
because HBO Max has it and it's fucking dope. Like you can go back and look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of like very good themes in it. In a weird
way. Everything bad happens to Oral. everything bad happens to Oro.
This man's faith is so damn.
Yeah, so strong that that
Oh,
nigga
yeah.
goes in, and when it finally breaks, my
Man,
nigga.
that's a show with some continuity to it. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that shows a linear, not a linear storyline, but I guess it does have.
It has character arcs.
Yeah, the arcs itself, like the growth is important. Like,
I'm out.
fuck his little brother though.
You talking about more Oro?
Or yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually just rewatching more Oro. I've been rewatching for the past 2
I
weeks.
need to rewatch it because like I watch more Oro.
Remember that episode? Never
the same
mind.
way I watch Dragon Ball Z.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to
I
lose
don't- I don't
anything.
want to remember episodes. That's what.
More Oro's fucked up.
More Oro
Hell yeah.
sad as balls. Like,
Oh yeah.
There's an episode where he impregnates half the town.
Yes. Yes, he did. With a cake.
What a turkey baster.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, no, it's fucked up. It's very very fucked up. Season
He
1's
brought
not
up-
so great.
He did necromancy to bring back the dead. And
Yeah, and they were all zombies.
Prayed first before they take apart.
But everybody was only mad that they were naked. Nobody cared that they were zombies. They were just mad
that they were naked.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Jesus.
It's a very
Yeah,
fucked
no.
series,
And the fact that he ends with like a limp.
but
And,
it's
like-
good. It's really good. More
Yeah.
Oro is really good.
I would
And
argue
having-
that it's one of the best claymation
After
like,
season
things-
1, it's really fucking good.
Well, do you feel like it took them that whole season to actually
No,
like, nail
I
down what
think
they were
that,
thinking about?
and this is the market of adult animation at the time. I stole one of your key tips, brother. This
There's
is the
like
market-
500 in that box.
No, you're not
nigga.
wrong. But this is the like the market of like adult animation at the time. You
Okay.
kind of like people were buying the most raunchy show that they could buy at the time
Very much so.
And if
I
you
think
weren't the
that's
most raunchy
South Park, I think South Park really set
Yeah.
that up.
because everybody wanted the next South Park. A lot of
Yeah.
people were like, "Oh, we want the next Family Guy."
Like,
No, they
remember
were trying to make the
remember
next.
Crank Anchors? Like
No.
people were. And that's puppets. Like it's not animation, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that like people saw South Park and was like, "Oh shit, this is a gold mine." People
Yeah.
will pay for shit jokes. People will pay for fucking the most
Just
debaucherous
Well,
shit.
they wanted they wanted a long term show with some heart, but
Yeah.
it could also be like fucked up.
Exactly. And so you had things like Aqua Teen, which is crazy that it lasted so long.
Saying that Aqua Teen has a heart is crazy.
I would say that it does.
Where
Meatwad.
Meatwad is-
Meatwad is an innocence in battle.
Meatwad is
He's a child,
Yeah.
and literally the entire
That's
show.
the word we're using.
Yeah,
All right, we'll use that word today.
I'm saying that Meatwad's journey through this entire setup of Aqua Teen Hunger Force is probably the heart of the show. I would give it that. I think that fucking Shake is the ego, and fucking Master Shake is kind of the meta. I mean, not Shake is the ego.
Frylock.
Frylock is the meta.
And Carl's just the.
And Carl is white supremacy.
This nigga has been
I'm
on the
fucking
internet.
around.
You've been on the internet for a long time now. You've been doing a lot of internet shit lately. Yeah.
No, I don't think Carl's white supremacy. But no, like I don't know. Is Carl us? Is Carl us?
Carl is partially I would say parts of Carl is like the audience, and the other half is just like the most degenerate side of fucking.
Which I feel like is the audience. That's the thing. It's like we're here to watch the fucking fry shake and the meatball fucking like fuck off as much as possible.
doing whatever.
We're next door neighbors to these motherfuckers essentially because we watch their exploits and their antics the entire time. Like so,
We're gonna get involved one way or the other, even whether we like it or not.
Yeah, right.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force is Carl's fucking.
I think my
fever
favorite.
dream.
I think my favorite episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force is the one where they're like doing bar trivia. And
Wayne the Brain or something.
Dwayne the Brain McLean. At the very end, I don't know what it was about this fucking segment that stuck with me, but Wayne fucking won everything. He was all like, Wayne has bar dollars. And I was like, damn, this is the saddest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I will say this: Aqua Teen Hunger Force gave me my love for MC Chris.
Stop it.
No, I still love MC Chris. I still love MC Chris to this day.
For
To
the
this
shorties.
fucking day. I wanted to go see him because he's talking about that was his last. He just did his like last tour this year. Yeah, last tour. He's also doing like a cool ass thing where he's selling a fucking dope ass like flash drive. I mean, it's like it's an external hard drive with all his music, all of it, including like fucking like everything, his entire discography, fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force stuff, fucking all this random spoof shit, all of it, and he's just selling that shit. And like mass produced. And I think that's a fucking fantastic idea because there's too many times I went out there and jumped on fucking Pirate Bay or something like that and just grabbed a discography.
And just stole it.
And just grabbed a discography.
I mean, and I know this ain't the plot for this, but
that's
I mean,
my favorite
he occupies a genre that is not very profitable. So
I feel like he's Donald Glover's first big feature.
Don't do that.
He's Donald Glover's first big feature.
I guess if you want to call it big.
It was. MC Chris was huge at the time.
All right, whatever you say.
Fats Vet was almost platinum, nigga.
No, that's shit. That shit that like the lunch lady listens to.
Yeah, I mean, look, I need more I need more individuals from the Caucasus Mountains to probably discuss this situation like in depth. But
no. Please tell me why you need that. Because I mean,
because
I'm not trying to stay out of MC Chris. I promise you, I don't want this to have too much stuff. Because I think he's a talented guy.
No, I love MC Chris.
Right? Okay, I like him.
I love him.
He didn't change my life.
I didn't say he changed my fucking life.
Right. He didn't do that much for me. But, like I don't know. I think he's a talented guy. I just think that he didn't bridge the gap between nerd music and music.
No, I'll agree. But I think that he did a really interesting thing for nerd music and comedy.
He did cool stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, hey, look.
He did a lot when the standard...
he made an impact.
He did a lot when the standard was low.
Yes. And I think that that's kind of how people get in.
And then when the standard got high, he didn't elevate the standard.
I'm saying that like people that get on the ground floor can be like, I feel like we can give their props. Look, like not everybody, but like fucking hip hop historians ride KRS-One's dick, right?
I don't.
I'm saying hip hop historians, nigga.
Okay.
Hip hop historians. I wouldn't call you not a hip hop historian, but I would say that.
I would say this. Debatably, MC Chris is not up there with the MF Dooms or the KRS-One.
But he was in the same
Open
class.
Mike Eagles.
He was in the same class. He was in the same class. He was in the same class
as in the
MF
same
Doom.
year or like the years that they were prominent.
I'm saying that in like classes, like if you had to look at the same way we have like hip hop classes, right? Like you have XXL freshman, whatever the fuck, right? MF Doom, right? Popping on, like, excuse me. We all know. Let's just be fucking 100%. You niggas didn't fuck with MF Doom the way that you fuck with Drake. You niggas didn't fuck with MF Doom the way you fuck with the way that you fuck with Rich Homie Quan.
That's not true. That's not true. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in that circle.
Let's discuss MF Doom and how the nigga passed. All right. Let's discuss.
Can I have your vape? Can I hit your vape, bro? Can I get the code to your hotspot, bro?
There you go. Let's talk about the fact that MF Doom, like, right? Everybody can give some props. People got some cool fucking MF Doom stories, but that nigga didn't blow up the way we all knew. The talent didn't match the motherfucking success.
Partially.
I'll say that. The nigga was a genius. The nigga was a fucking genius.
MF Doom's fan base is loyal.
Absolutely. But let's talk about the percentage of like people that like hip hop. What would you say that like? I think the MF Doom occupies like a 10 to 15% ratio of the hip hop.
Define hip hop because there's many subgenres.
So let's go underground. Let's just talk about underground. Let's go.
Okay,
let's go
but
there.
whenever you say underground, that could be like MF Doom. That could be Mos Def, could be Suicide Boys.
There's
or
a lot of shit that
Xavier
occupies
Wolf.
that. There's a lot of shit that occupies that reign, right?
Right.
People will list MF Doom as their respect, but how much MF Doom do they have on their playlist?
I got plenty. That nigga was number one on my Spotify.
I get that. But if you look at the general population,
I just know that he was blue blood. He was the allegory from Blue Blood.
If you look at the general population, you know goddamn well MF Doom did not get as much respect as he probably deserved.
I think he got respect in the circles that it mattered.
In the circles that he cared about, yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna do is shit on MF Doom's fucking life experience, right?
Yeah, no, they'd kill you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that nigga died fucking penniless and poor. I'm not saying that at all, right?
What the zoo pie, boy.
I'm not saying that at all. But what I will say is that MF Doom was super underground. All right. He was not fucking universally fucking loved. All right. And I will say that he was in the same class as MC Chris. Now, I will not say
this
that
is all an attempt for you to legitimize MC Chris.
cutting like a motherfucker for this white dude. But yeah,
Is MC Chris white?
yes, MC Chris is white.
Okay.
He's short, white.
He had a really
I think
good.
Jewish.
He had a really good Kingdom Hearts 2 red that I like. That one.
That is another thing that gave me a big appreciation for fucking.
And this was very formative
MC
media
Chris.
for you.
It was.
I'll
It
say that.
super was. It's a part of my fucking humor. It formed me. Fuck it. I'll say it. MC Chris changed my goddamn life.
That's a sick sentence. God.
Who are you?
I want candy, bubblegum, and taffy. Skip to the sweet shop with my sweetheart Sandy.
Went on LimeWire.
I got my pennies.
Gave my grandma's computer aids
a virus for that song for sirloin. I can't talk about cartoons without mentioning some of the voice actors, some of the opportunities, because the arc that MCP Vance has as a voice actor through Aqua Teen Hunger Force is some of my favorite through lines, because that's one of the only continuity portions that they have.
A spider. Then
Yes,
he was
a cow.
Was it?
Yeah, he was a cow.
sirloin.
And
That's
then-
sirloin, because he's like, yo, bring me your poo poo, your doo doo.
This is what you want to die for?
Then he was an old guy that Dracula bit. He was like, oh,
no.
he runs out and is like, hey man, it's getting really hot here.
Yes, nigga.
No, you're not wrong. And I'm not trying to take the beloved flowers away from MC Chris and say that this was not his first celebrity. He did do the awesome for
Yes,
the
he
mystery
did.
team.
That was again Donald Glover's Childish Gambino's first big feature, and that goes to show how much respect MC Chris deserves. Because if you respect Donald Glover's opinion, that means that you have to respect that MC Chris was dope enough to be featured.
Okay, got you.
All right.
I'll let you have it. You can have it forever.
Died on that hill.
I'm not
Hard.
gonna fucking fight for MC Chris.
Fight for kids.
There's better things to fight
Brought up
for.
MF Doom.
I'll fight for Jammer Job before I fight for MC Chris.
I'll fight for Speed Buggy.
Before I fight for MC Chris. Wyclef John, fight for him way before I fight for MC Chris. Any nigga that showed up on Groovies, I'll fight for him before I fight for MC
Hold on.
Chris.
Which brings me to my next point. Y'all remember Harvey Birdman, attorney at law?
Yeah, it's a great show.
I thought that was one of the I thought that was a really cool portion of Adult Swim where they were taking IPs, right? Like Hanna-Barbera. They were taking things and like we were repurposing.
What?
Nigga,
He's about to say Space Ghost.
Space Ghost Coast to
Space
Coast.
Ghost, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, which needs its flowers because technically we wouldn't have.
It was the first Adult Swim.
We don't have C-Lab. We don't have fucking Aqua Teen. We don't have any of that shit.
Or the Bragg Show.
Or the Bragg Show. Fuck
Oh
me,
my
the Bragg
God,
Show,
Bragg
man.
Show.
God damn.
He had a Spaniard
Yes,
father.
his dad, man.
Yeah,
was it
Hector, I
Poppy?
think.
Hector.
Yeah.
Hector was that nigga's name.
Zorag was trying to bang Zorg's mom.
Brack's mom,
Brack's
because she
mom,
was
yeah.
kind of bad. I don't know. That Bob was doing
wait a
it for
minute.
me.
There's that robot
Wait a
that just
minute.
like dashed every time.
You know what's crazy? I think the Brack's mom might be a non-binary icon.
Damn. Yeah, because she wasn't. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily have a gender.
I mean, they're cats.
I forgot they're fucking cats.
Yeah.
What the shit?
They're cats.
Brad was really interested in the Powerpuff Girls movie.
Yeah.
All those commercials where he's like, "We got fireball days."
Before the
Before the Powerpuff Girls movie.
it was really no man's land for that. We're never gonna experience another time period.
Yeah,
like
no, I don't feel like animation is going to do that again. I don't say we're never going to experience another time for that, because like what I think that happened was that we had so many IPs cartoon wise that we could fill in spoofs, that we had opportunities to kind of make the jokes, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe in 20 years it could be funny to get a Nickelodeon style like spoof show. Like that we use like that we use like spoof characters of like Danny Phantom shit to that degree.
They're not gonna do that.
I don't know. I mean, we can't say they're not, because at the same time, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I almost said it. I almost literally did the reveal right now. Like, I'm saying that like in 10 to 15 years, we don't know what the fuck our kids or people around are going to be like interested in, or whether or not they're gonna like go back and be like, this shit was hilarious and can be, because Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, like who took Birdman, right, who was a Hanna-Barbera superhero, and just decided, yo, well, I guess because of Space Ghost.
I'll say this, that like Birdman, C-Lab, all those things, a lot of the appeal came from like knowing that it was probably an adult thing and you were indulging in it as a child. And I don't think that kids have that connection anymore. I think that most things that are created today are created for both adults and children.
Because I mean, like, I don't know. It's hard to let. I feel like it's hard to let. I'm related to like drug dealing. It's hard to let go of a fiend, right? Like if a motherfucker is buying and they're buying heavily.
All right, you have my attention, but you don't have it long.
What I'm saying is that, like, so right, you got a motherfucker hooked, right? They're on the fucking score. They're your return customer, right? They're coming back for the drugs on a regular basis, all right? So you get that motherfucker hooked, right? You're only making money off of that one motherfucker, right? But they're a return and repeat customer. So you keep that motherfucker in mind when you do deals. You keep that motherfucker in mind when you like pick up coke, because they're going to be the people that are likely the most honest with you about said product, about what you're kind of putting out. Now, at the same time, you want more motherfuckers, right? Yeah. You want more people. So how do you get that shit happening? Either A, you find that motherfucker, like, who do you know? Obviously, you know, you might be taking it to different people. You might be taking that shit around. So like, who is yours? You're trying to spread like that word of mouth type situation. I'm talking about drugs really heavy.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
But what I'll say with this is that, like, so you got Hanna-Barbera Space Ghost, right? That's the initial dope. That's the initial crack, right? That he's like, okay, cool. People were interested in this at a time frame, right? So as audiences evolve, as kids get older, right, or as that fiend progresses in their time frame, right, they're going to be looking either A, to share the experience. They're going to be looking for a way to fucking enhance the experience. You're going to want to do something different. So you go in and you say, okay, fuck it. You like this? Well, let me try this. This is Coke Classic. Like, you got Coke Classic. Either way. Or it's like, hey, look, we got fucking people who give different flavors of weed. Like, it's like, motherfuckers really hitting on this sativa. Let me try the indica on their asses just to switch it up. Like, when it comes to like shit like Space Ghost, I feel like with that, they were like, hey, look, we've got this series. It did really well in the past, right? How do we convert this? Well, these niggas are older now. Right. So let's go ahead and give them a bit of irreverence. Let's add that to it. Let's add a bit of like maturity. Right. Yeah. Let's give them a bit more.
I think that's more so to hook people who are aware of that. Because like when I was a kid, I didn't give a fuck that it never occurred to me that Space Ghost was another character from a long time ago.
It's true.
I do remember seeing an actual episode of Space Ghost, like him fighting like whatever boss or villain or whatever at that moment. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, when does Zorak come in?
It never occurred to me that like Space Ghost was another property from beforehand. Like I knew that it was, but I never once was like, let me go watch an episode of Space Ghost.
I'll agree. Space Ghost was not like that for me.
Even but
Zorak,
Brack.
No, Harvey Birdman for me.
Moltar.
Moltar, but the reason that Moltar was they stuck out of my mind, he hosted Toonami.
But I never once was like, let me go look at his old shit.
Yeah.
I did. Because they had Space Ghost on Toonami for a very small amount of time.
No, I get it.
Yeah, it was a very small amount of time.
I'm aware.
And I'm not saying...
But I wasn't watching Space Ghost. I was watching Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
No.
I wasn't watching I wasn't ever compelled to watch Harvey Birdman. I was like... I don't think he was ever just Harvey Birdman.
No, he wasn't. He was just Birdman.
He was just Birdman.
Yeah, he was just Birdman. No. It was just Birdman. And for me, I'm because you got Birdman. What the fuck? The Falcon? Was Falcon
Falcon?
Blue Falcon. That was his name. That's another show that I also watched, because I guess it's because I grew up in the Huckleberry Finn era, that kind of shit. I didn't grow up. I was a baby, but I have memories of like Huckleberry Finn.
I remember watching episodes of Huckleberry Finn, and I remember watching episodes of Harvey Birdman. Like, it's just Birdman. Whatever. I'm talking about Harvey Birdman.
But that's the thing. Is like as I watched Harvey Birdman, I was realizing I was like, it clicked for me. I was like, these are characters I remember from like other
sporadic Boomerang commercials.
But they weren't. It wasn't Boomerang. That's the thing. Boomerang is the network that they formed for nostalgia. They were like, let's take all these Hanna-Barbera
Yes, I agree, but it wasn't nostalgia for me, and that's something I was arguing with Mom about earlier today. It was just like, hey, look,
it's a difference between nostalgia and something new.
I'm experiencing this for the first time,
yeah,
so it's not nostalgia.
Like, you might be experiencing nostalgia. I am not. This is new. I get it. All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I'll say the appeal for Harvey Birdman for me wasn't the nostalgia factor, because these characters, though I knew some of them, it was never a situation of like,
right. Okay. Well, I'm not now. I'm gonna watch fucking C-Lab because I remember C-Lab.
Shout out Garrick, man. Got a great name. I gotta take a piss. Y'all keep it rolling.
Hey, no, I'm gonna keep it rolling. But just be prepared for whatever. Villain, take over the mic. There you go.
Okay, let's go. Tag in.
Villain, how you been feeling lately?
I've been...
No, tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel about the conversation.
No. I think that this honestly is great because it reins in a lot of the memories I have of adult animation before I was an adult. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, I was just like, wow, cartoons. But, like, looking back on a lot of the things now, I'm like, wow, this shit is genuinely funny to me. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
and to this day, like, it's still funny to me. Like, you know, C-Lab is funnier to me now as an adult than it was when I was a kid.
Well, for example,
also not my proudest pet.
I don't even know what C-Lab is. Like, you say C-Lab, that's one of the ones that I don't remember. But like Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, like in Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, these are all ones that I remember.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force is barely a memory thing.
Because they're still going, believe it or not.
Well, no. Even then, like when Aqua Teen was first conceptualized, it wasn't like to create a show. It was like a one-off group of people that they brought in on Space Ghost once.
Right, and then it ended up growing into its own show because people fucked with it so much.
I don't know if it was because people fucked with it so much.
Well, that's another thing that I was looking at whenever y'all were having the talk about IPs that might end up getting like a spoof version on down the line. Like whenever LJ was saying that, maybe not like Danny Phantom or one of the ones that were more serious.
Definitely not Danny Phantom. I don't know what the fuck that nigga was talking about.
There's definitely going to be a SpongeBob spoof down the line.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and there is on the internet already, but like a lot of the older IPs, maybe even Codename Kids Next Door. Like, what the fuck are all these kids doing?
I won't be surprised if like other Cartoon Network fucking IPs end up getting spoofed along the line as like, because the same shit that's happening and this is the boy should be hearing this, but fuck it. Yeah. The same shit that kind of happened to Space Ghost and Brack and like all those other things, I can easily see getting ready to happen in the next like 5 years. You know what I mean?
What though?
Because like modern cartoon audiences, they're not like investing in the IP as much as like the previous generation, right?
Right.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, because TV isn't as much of a consumed medium as it was once upon a time.
Right, and TV still needs to be like, you know, like we still need TV. Like people are still gonna try to create TV programming. So I think the next step is trying to like redo that same thing, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if they like create, let's think of a dead, like Johnny Bravo gets a fucking Space Ghost themed or Space Ghost
Johnny Bravo would be great, honestly, because Johnny Bravo was a Mac, you know what I'm saying? And like being older, growing up and realizing like actual troubles and woes of dating today. Like Johnny Bravo,
and I could easily see him getting like a Space Ghost type fucking like
a dating show. That would be fucking hilarious.
But like I don't know if they're like nearly as creative as they were at the time to create a show like that.
Because a lot of the people who were actually making those shows aren't those people anymore. They're people who are our age.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's actually smart. That's actually really smart. Well, actually, I was gonna say, excuse me, if we were gonna do, if they were thinking about doing like a Johnny Bravo style, like, but Johnny Bravo, like a style of
let's make sure we loop you in real quick.
No, I got you. I was listening the whole time while I was paying. But no, a Johnny Bravo style dating show, right? The only way I feel like it could work is if they operate in the Cartoon Network expanded universe. Because like remember, like when Cartoon and that kind of shit, like the Cartoon City and shit was such a big thing. You had these moments of interactions between characters where like you had possible opportunities for flirting and shit. So if you took like Johnny Bravo and his dating
Johnny
shows,
Bravo
like,
flirting with anybody in the Cartoon Network universe is a
hold
sick
on.
nigga.
I'm saying like think about Miss Miss Bell.
Not even just that.
Miss
Frankie,
Bellum.
Frankie from Foster's Home.
Frankie, she's also of her age. No, she's above the bar. She's above the bar. She's like 18, 19. Like, yeah, because remember she goes out for drinks and stuff.
Like in 25, 26.
Yeah, she just like it's still up there. I'm saying Frankie herself has been shown to put on a nightgown, like not a nightgown, but like a
you got
going
some
out
weird,
dress.
you got some real
You remember
weird Rule 34 shit.
You
U.S.
remember
search
little
history, I
black
can
dress Frankie? She did
Think
that.
about when she goes on a date.
Yeah, she went on a. She was
I
trying to
remember
go.
that episode.
She was trying to go on a date, and then Mac and Blue.
It's not
they
my proudest
sabotaged it.
fact, but I feel you.
And she's in that dress and shit. She's obviously not going somewhere like super like fucking non-adult. She's not going to fucking Chuck E. Cheese. She ain't going to McDonald's. Like,
Right.
whoever's taking her out obviously has some.
But you see what I mean, though. Like,
Yeah.
like in order to I think that in order to revitalize TV programming, they're probably gonna do something similar to like what they did with like
Drawn Together or fucking.
not even
like,
Drawn Together, yeah.
Yeah,
But like
I'm just
Drawn
saying.
Together is more of a satire or a parody.
of
I think
multiple
that
genres.
that Space Ghost and Brack, they all occupy. It's a
Yeah,
different.
because there's a universe. There's there's an established continuity, or at least established characters that they.
There's
can
an
take
established audience.
Yeah.
And like we're gonna capitalize on that audience by making
Mhm.
adult programming for them.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what I was saying in the beginning, like adult programming and like just general cartoons. That line is real blurry right now.
Okay, I can see that because these days, and I feel like I was like, as I was saying like beforehand about like maturing crack, all that shit. Like I'm just saying that like a lot of the times we didn't want to lose out, or companies don't want to necessarily lose out on the millennial audience or the kids from the '90s because we were the kids in America. And I'll say that over and over again. I've
yeah,
mentioned
you
them
got a
before.
point because, like, honestly, a lot of the adults now enjoy cartoons still.
Because we were raised on them.
Yeah, but back in the day, like, whenever a lot of these cartoons were coming out, there was no like adult intrigue.
It's true because like you got to look at our father or like a lot of our other adults. They had cartoons. There was like
No, they do, and then that's what he's saying. That's what we're all saying. It's just like, hey, we're gonna start utilizing those old properties. I wouldn't be surprised if they age up number one.
Actually, that's very true.
And they do like a Alex Jones style, like
fucking InfoWars, goddamn cartoon.
No, wait. I'm gonna cut that shit out because I don't want to get the
I was like,
niggas.
nigga, you can't say his name without us getting demonetized.
No. I'm just saying, like, that's a great idea. I would watch the fuck out of that. Number one
Fucking
doing
adults.
an Alex Jones style fucking.
Father has been fucking coming after us for so goddamn long. They tried to drop a goddamn sandwich on us. Number one just going in.
And the irony of that is that like number one would be an adult at that time. So like that, honestly, hey man, y'all niggas should kind of talk to us. But also another thing that I'm thinking about is that Cartoon Network, everybody's saying that it's reaching the 30-year anniversary, and we might not have Cartoon Network in another 10 years or so.
It's true.
So like, those IPs are just gonna be sitting there idle.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take for a lot of these things to go public domain, which is going to be very interesting. It's gonna
Approximately
take
40 years.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
take.
because like, look at us now. Like, we just had the fucking Winnie the Pooh, Grinch went fucking
Mickey Mouse went
Mickey
for like
Mouse.
10 minutes.
Like,
Well, Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie, yeah. Steamboat Willie did not Mickey Mouse.
But apparently, they've made it. There's like so many loopholes or something. I just saw this in an article. I didn't read the whole thing, but apparently there's like some sort of loophole that you can't use for Steamboat Willie. So it's like he's public domain, but not really.
so
Yeah.
there's still
You
restrictions.
can probably draw him and we won't get mad. But if
Yeah,
you
we're
start
not
making
gonna
him
get
do
pissed off.
stuff.
Yeah, that's where like
Depends on what you got my nigga doing, you
Right.
know?
yeah.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying right there. Like, and I kind of wanted to ask you directly.
Okay. Okay.
Do you feel like there's like a serious distinction between adult animation and like just general animation now? Because like even as a kid, I knew that Mission Hill was not for
kids.
Yeah.
It was
not
definitely
for
not
my
for me.
age group.
It was definitely for somebody like this was for somebody much
Right.
older.
And I still watched it,
Yeah.
but I watched it with the knowledge that it wasn't for me. And I don't.
I
think
watched
that-
it. I watched it with the thought process of trying to gain information for later on. Like I was like, oh, this
Yeah, I don't think I was that smart, but
I mean, it's okay. Like, but that my thought process was like, oh, maybe I can try to glean something from this. I think
also not a proud fat.
yeah, very much so.
My name is Shelly. Am I right, boys?
I think so. I literally was just thinking about a particular show. Fuck you. I was thinking about a particular show, and I was like, yeah, technically, I guess I did like get into this as in like a adult But I'm trying to think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think a lot of kids are like, and granted, I don't have kids,
Yeah.
and I don't spend too much time around kids. I just know that I was watching my godson the other week, and he was like, I want to watch Sonic XE. And I'm like, nigga, what?
What? What you mean? Nigga?
You want to watch what?
Sonic EXE.
And I was like, fuck it. I mean, if you know what it is, then obviously it's too late for me. Let's watch Sonic XE.
Sonic EXE, man. Like, it's weird. Like, what did you think? Like, did you actually like sit down with him and watch it?
It doesn't matter if I watched it or not. What the big thing to me was like, okay, you already know about this shit.
You've already
so
been
like
obviously exposed. So like, it's not something that I can try to keep you from. And like, whatever it is, like, hey, look, this has already made an imprint.
Right.
on you.
Yeah. Let me watch it and see what.
Only
he
thing
says.
I can do is try to provide some context.
Well, not only that, like, okay, so whenever you say provide context, I kind of think like, wouldn't that be your opportunity to expose them to a lot of things that we have, like Sonic EXE? With the counter to that would be Sonic Underground,
Yeah,
or Sonic X.
Nah, it may be, but like, what the fuck was that Newground Sonic show? Fucking Sonic Uncut.
It was Sonic Uncut.
Yeah, there's another situation. I'm like, yeah, it's like, yeah.
Well, but that's my point being, right? Like, I don't think there's that same distinction. I don't think people watch things with the idea like, oh, this isn't for me. I think they just feel like everything
They start watching
is kind of for them.
Yeah.
And I don't think, Crown, you don't have any like children in your life anymore
No.
that like, oh, I don't know if I should be watching this shit type shit.
No.
You know what I mean?
Never.
So I think the age of adult animation as a genre is kind of over.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because I'm starting to try to piece this shit back together because again I have a show that's like very much on like because it's basically like, do you feel like animation is being made for kids? Disenchantment. That's what I'm gonna say. So like you got a situation like Futurama, Disenchantment. These shows, they're not for kids, right?
Right. And as a kid, I knew they weren't.
But I knew they weren't for me. I Disenchantment obviously came out during the Netflix series, so I was already an adult, right? But I start to think, and I was like imagining what it would be like to watch Disenchantment as a kid or watch Futurama as. I mean, actually, no.
We watched Futurama as kids.
It makes me remember back to the time when I was watching Futurama as a kid. A lot of the jokes went very much over my head. They were like there was a lot of things that I didn't understand, and then as I went back as an adult and rewatched, I was like, "Oh, now this has a different layer. I get it."
Right.
And so I feel like shows like that, right, like where they're relatively safe for kids.
What shows are you talking about?
Disenchantment, Futurama.
You think Disenchantment is like relatively safe for kids?
I'm saying like not kids, but like relatively
sick fuck.
Relatively safe for like fucking exploratory 10-year-olds, you know.
That's kids.
Yeah, kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Like relatively safe for exploratory kids because like there's the way that they put like the way Matt Groening,
Matt Groening, yeah, okay,
yeah. I feel like the way Matt Groening does stuff, it's like layered enough to where he's not traumatizing kids. Like it's
right.
Like, it's not drawn together.
And this is, I mean, shit, we're here. I think that a lot of parents, and I'm not a parent. Crown's not a parent. You know what I mean? Fucking. I don't think it ever occurs to me that what I'm watching is traumatizing, or I'm not super hyper focused on.
Yeah, no, the trauma is forming. I'm definitely not aware.
Granted, Moral Oral is extremely traumatizing.
Significantly, it depends on the area and the age that you're watching it. It can cause you to have
right.
Is it not nepotism? Nihilism. There's a lot of nihilism. Yeah, it can cause you to have nihilism, all that kind of shit. Like
and certain aspects of Family Guy is like traumatizing too. And like I don't know if
a lot of the meg abuse is kind of like a big shit.
And I think that a lot of that shit is now weaved into just programming in general. You know what I mean? Like even you got like Bluey and shit. Like Bluey has a lot of elements of like just growing like coming of age and kind of the shitty aspects of that. And they kind of like deliver it in a very safe package. And that's why I'm just like, I think the line between adult animation and animation as a whole is blurred
significantly because at this point, the adults that we were marketing to, the kids that we were marketing to are adults, right? And a lot of times they have kids. So we don't want to lose the adults as viewers while gaining the kids. Why not do both? And so how can we do so? Well, let's make it slightly irreverent. Let's not push the limit. Let's not push the line. Like we're not South Park, but let's give it just enough to teeter on the edge. Like let's make these jokes not universal, but let's make these jokes multi-generational.
Well, not even just the jokes. Let's talk about the themes, bro. Like there's just
Okay, yeah, definitely. When I say like, I don't know, what's the most mature themed show that you would like? What's the most mature theme that you've experienced as a kid in a show? That's a difficult thing. I would say like things like Hey Arnold, like where you have like
the Vietnam War,
the copying. That shit was wild. Mr. Win, Mr. Win?
Yeah, Mr. Win.
Yeah.
That was
Mr.
a
Win.
Christmas episode.
Yeah, that shit. Like the fact that his daughter, like he's like he passed his daughter off to a
Yeah,
goddamn
she
me.
came, babe.
Was
Never
it,
mind.
what? No, tell me. Like
No, don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I what I remembered was that Mr. Wynn had to like put his daughter on a helicopter
Right.
to get her out of there, and then later on he got out and he just doesn't know her.
They made that nigga speak with the dumbest fucking Vietnamese.
The craziest Vietnamese.
I say, I don't want. I don't celebrate Christmas.
Wasn't Arnold's grandparents were they Polish?
Something like that.
Like Polish or something like that. Like
Something like
they
that.
I can't say for certain, really.
They weren't.
I was
Jewish,
trying- they weren't Jewish for sure, but they weren't like they were immigrants. Like Grandpa was an immigrant for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to remember, but either way, that's another situation for me. That's one of the most mature themes that I can think of as far as like
Right, but it was a mature
Cartoons at
theme
the
that is
time.
based entirely on like
something that's
actual events.
That's like, do you like what's probably the most mature theme that you've experienced? Like probably in a kid's show that you had to remember.
I would. The most mature theme, it would probably be whatever the Kanker sisters did to the Ed boys.
That
whenever
is
they
pretty.
captured
That
them.
that is actually pretty mature. Like it's like a situation of like
Oh, they
They
got molested.
Yeah.
the unknown like sexual advances, like not unknown, like sexual advances and then the result is unknown because that's what they really did a lot with the Ed boys. Like it was a situation where like, oh, they got captured and now something is happening, right?
Mhm.
We don't necessarily know what, and we're not going to show what's going on, right? But we know for a fact that this is a bit above board as far as like our thought
Yeah.
processes go. I get what you below board, maybe above board. I don't know. It's towing the line, like between like, oh, I'm a kid and I have innocence, and like, which leads us to ask what was going on with the Kanker sisters in their life to have them so advanced.
Well,
Like,
there's that, but I think ultimately what I'm trying to ask, without like trying to dance around it as much.
yeah, of course, you don't want to fucking give it away, but
Right. But you got like programming blocks like Adult Swim, right?
Mhm.
And I think that as the line blurs more and more every day,
that time the block airs gets earlier and earlier.
well, not even just like the time because that's true, but like just the necessity of an adult block to exist.
I see,
You know what I mean? Like,
because it wasn't always a thing.
well, not even just that it wasn't like always a thing, but it was just like Rick and Morty is popular with like 10-year-olds.
It is. It's popular with kids.
Right.
10-year-olds.
And the way that they
And we all know
interface-
the themes are definitely like
right, but also the way that they interface with that shit, like you got VR chats and you got like Fortnite and all this other shit.
Mhm.
You can encounter these very semi-adult properties,
in obviously kid spaces.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like,
And it's
I mean,
just like-
I've been killed by Rick and Morty in Fortnite.
I don't know if you can play as Morty.
No, you
You
can.
can't.
You can.
Oh well, looky there.
Yeah.
Go figure.
No. I've got a new little brother. Like
Right, and I'm like, is it something like is
I
it
do.
is it a lot like is it like when we looked at Bart Simpson and like
So like
Homer-
like you look at Bart Simpson, right? We know that he's from an adult
Bart Pimpson,
cartoon,
really?
but but he also is the face. Well, was the face of the fucking Butterfinger. Like
Right.
Butterfinger, like he was the face of Butterfinger for a very long time. Whether it was the BBs, whether it was the fucking Crunch, whether it was just
That's
a
my
straight
favorite
Butterfinger
movie
bar, whether it was just a
You
Butterfinger
won't share
bar.
your Butterfinger BBs, bitch.
Also, for me as a black child, Butterfinger BBs felt racist.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it is racist, but
Like I really wanted to just whip that out during like a fucking.
it's not
racket
really
session.
racist because it's like BBs, like as like a BB gun. But
Yeah, I
go
got
on.
you. It was just a situation where I was like, "Yo, technically I could probably roast the fuck out of somebody with this.
Right, I get
Like,
it.
you know, it's like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like Bart Simpson, who was like in adult animation, became an icon for very commonplace things.
absolutely. But look at Bugs Bunny, right? Like, I don't feel like
Bugs Bunny was not adult animation.
No, I'm saying look at Bugs Bunny. I don't feel
Cartoons
like
were
he
never
was-
for children.
Well, I'm saying I don't feel like he was ever used to market something to adults. That's what I mean. Is that I don't think that he ever sold cigarettes. I don't think he ever sold Coke. I don't think he ever sold Pepsi. I don't think he ever sold something to an adult. Whereas Bart Simpson is an example of a motherfucker that was like, yeah, we're gonna use this nigga to sell to everybody. I mean, kids candy is allegedly for kids, but like that's the thing.
So you feel like the line is still there?
I feel like there is a line depending on the
Because Rick and Morty is on the front of trolleys right now, like trolley fucking.
No, I get it. I'm saying that like it is blurring. I will say that a lot of IPs are definitely blurring it. I won't say that every IP, because as I'm looking back, I was thinking about it. I was just trying to think. I was like, how many characters from different child IPs have been used to sell to me? It's really that's the thing.
I think they use the adult IPs way more often than they use like the child IPs.
Yeah. Certainly. And so with that situation, I was like, well, how far can the line be blurred if they're not necessarily using these motherfuckers to pander to like adults and children?
That's what the assumption that advertising is pandering.
I mean, to a degree, I feel like at a point it is, but I understand what you mean. Like, it's not always pandering. Sometimes advertisement is like trying to set a trend. Like, there's a situation of like, hey, let's try to make this popular individual do something or operate in a manner that's going to catch wildfire. That's going to fucking like disseminate amongst the fucking people as best as possible. So like, I'm not going to argue and say that like, it's not that the line isn't blurred, but I'm just saying that like, I see where some people are trying to toe it is what I mean.
Okay. I feel you.
But like, so with that situation there, like, right. Do you feel like besides Rick and Morty, because that's definitely an IP that's been like heavily pushed on both sides, like access to kids, things like that. Do you feel like let's look at the kid networks that we have currently?
The kid network. Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay. SpongeBob for one. SpongeBob has definitely been used to sell things.
Okay.
You won't see him in like Fortnite or
no,
anything
you'll see
like
him
that.
you'll see him at Burger King. You'll see him at McDonald's. You'll see him in some areas. I can see that.
But I feel like SpongeBob is definitely one of those things that gets a pass. That's just like a genuine kids cartoon, but it has adult humor in it.
Somewhat, but very little actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
Well, no, if you think about
probably recent episodes, they do have some risque jokes. I think there was one clip I saw where SpongeBob was delivering mail, and he gave it to one male fish, which landed on the female, like her girlfriend or whatever. She read the letter and saying, "Who's Jessica?" And like the male fish was just like sweating, like and literally the camera pans out and Jessica's right behind him, like. So yeah, I mean, I guess they are making risque.
So they're making these choices. I got it.
Well, not even just SpongeBob. I'm honestly waiting on the day for them to use The Amazing World of Gumball to sell something, because that's the show that makes a lot of risque jokes at that.
They do. I will definitely say that Rule 34 was way too easy for motherfuckers to catch with Gumball. Because
No. I simultaneously don't want to hear this and would love to hear this.
Rule 34 and fucking The Amazing World of Gumball is a very interesting rabbit hole, literally. God damn. Jesus Christ.
Should not visit. Because in case you haven't noticed, majority of the characters
You like talking
rabbits?
You talking about gum?
They're kids.
Yeah, they are kids.
No, okay. That's what I was
Thank
thinking.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Crown.
Be damned. These are kids.
Yeah, R34 does not give a fuck if you're a kid or not.
It does
I
not.
know.
What I'll say is, yes, the line is blurred. Like, because as much as I talk about it, like the more and more like these IPs just keep creeping up, and I was like, yeah, technically we are still out here very much like not pandering, but we are reaching out to adults just as much as children. And if a child, right, has been through certain experiences, has had to deal with certain shit in the home, they're different in the brain. and those individuals go to school with your kids.
Right, and you can't change, you can't stop them from influencing your children.
Yeah, no, you literally can't. Like the kids, me, I was definitely,
I definitely think that there was like because of that distinction, like okay, like Mission Hill's not for me, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Futurama is not for me, but I'm going to watch it.
And not only am I gonna watch it, I'm gonna take pride in the shit that I get that my peers don't.
Well, yeah. Of course, I'm going to take it home. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm not telling my parents about it.
Oh,
I'm not
absolutely.
asking my parents for any.
No, I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm not trying to look for any perspective outside of my own that I've gathered.
Right, and I think that's ultimately what I feel like might be harmful long term.
Absolutely.
Like as these kids keep asking for like Rick and Morty, like fucking Fortnite skins, or as they ask for. Hold on.
Well, no. I agree with you, but at the same time, you got to think how many parents have actually watched Rick and Morty, and how many dismiss it as just a cartoon.
Because I'll say this, right, and I'm not trying to, you know what I mean, I don't put nobody's business out there, but a lot of the people that we're dealing with today, right, like a lot of my classmates, they have kids that are 13 years old. They have kids that are 12, 11, et cetera, and they're consuming shit that is, quote, for adults, or at least like a little bit higher for that spectrum or whatever, right? So you can say like how many kids have seen, like how many parents have seen like Rick and Morty, or how many parents have done this, but it's just like this is stuff that is created for the parents. You feel me? So at the end of the day, like that's kind of what I'm asking is like, hey, as that line continues to blur, as like that distinction between like what's for me and what's for my kids, like continues to kind of like push off, because like Craig of the Creek, I don't give a fuck about Craig of the Creek. They can buy as much Craig of the Creek merchandise as they possibly can.
Absolutely, but what I will say is that like, oh, okay, I see it as a positive black image.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying that, like, I'm saying that's a situation of like, oh, cool, I'll let my kid like rock with that, right?
Right.
I'll let my kid watch this. It's not an issue. But at the same time, because I'm like, oh, this is a positive black image, I'm not dissecting it. Like a lot of the times, like it's like, oh, I'm not trying to dig deeper. I mean, I don't have any kids yet, so that's a situation that might expound from there. But you know,
right?
I'm saying that like my thought process on like how deep I dig into the like media.
So you think that
watch.
you'll let your kids watch Mission Hill when they get old enough?
Can I stop them?
Why would you like?
No, what I'm saying is,
you be stopped?
No, that's the thing. No, I was sneaky. My parents didn't know. That's the thing. Like they didn't know. So what I'm saying is that if I've got the capability to hide this from my parents, the fucking sheer molding of my mind in some ways, like, then I'm not going to doubt my child's experience or ability to subvert me.
Do you feel like it's a little bit easier
out
for your kids to find amplifying information
than it was depending on how much access I give them, right? Like when we had cable, that was the time frame where we could try to hide what we were watching. This is a time frame where we could experience things that were outside of our group or outside of our loop, right? Mm-hmm. So the reason that we had access to that was because our parents were like, yo, let's get some cable for our kids. Like, let's let you guys watch shit. Let's let us watch shit, right? But at the same time, that access allowed me to like have a more like to mold my mind in different ways, right? So for me, the only thing that I can stop my child, like the only way that I can like mold my child's thought process or perspective is to like fucking focus or channel the access they have to the outside media.
Okay. All right. I'll buy into it.
I don't know. Like that's my thought process. It was like, yeah, the more access you have, the more like opportunity you have to learn, because like informational freedom is everywhere. Like it doesn't, I can't be over your shoulder 100% of the time. Eventually I'm going to be like, go in your room and play, or like, you know, go sit down.
Right. And they're going to go to that iPad. And
exactly. Like they might put the fucking, they might put the goggles on and be like, yeah, cool. And just be sitting there. Like, you know,
might start here how to draw Sonic and see where that takes
me. You start at how to draw Sonic and you end up as Sonic Uncut, and then suddenly Rule 34 has got you in his grippy tentacles.
Yeah.
All
right, hold on, guys. So we're getting close to the end of the pod. I've got to ask, right? Because this is something that just popped into my brain. I want to get both of your takes on it. All right, what do you guys think Rule 34 anthropomorphized looks like?
What are you fucking talking about?
I'm saying, do you think that, like, for like, so I'll explain, right? For me, in my brain, when I think of Rule 34, if I had to make it a creature, right? If I had to anthropomorphize it, if I had to take it and make it an entity, right? Then I would give it tentacles. I would give it a weird
Are
beak.
you high?
No. Of course I'm high.
Okay,
Of course I'm high.
just making sure.
I just want to know.
I want to know how
Because
far
what I'm
off the
saying
deep
is,
end you
what I'm
about to
saying
go.
is, this is the thought process with animation that comes to, like, we just talked about vagina monsters for like 15 minutes, and you look at me crazy because
15 minutes max.
I said 15. I didn't say an hour. I was saying we talked about vagina monsters. I was saying use your fucking imagination. If you had to take fucking Rule 34 and make it a creature, right? What does it look like to you? What does it?
If Rule 34 was an actual creature,
yeah.
And granted, my man's ain't been on Twitter in a long time.
It's been a minute, man. I'm proud of you. You've been like really like.
Yeah, what's up with that anyway?
you
And I'm gonna
detox.
get there. I'm gonna get there. Right? What's up with that anyway? You used to be the Twitter king. I used to
you
rely
were.
on you.
I was really.
I used to rely on
my
you.
nigga really got the fucking real deal spiel on Twitter, man. I could get the informations that I needed every time I get.
Well, you were able to show me the degenerate shit that I was too pussy
that
to
I
go get
wish
myself.
that I wish that I could fucking retweet. That I wish that I could just drop on there.
Mm-hmm.
You got OCs that are fucking real deal Twitter phenomenons, my nigga.
Yeah.
What you have?
yeah.
Yeah.
I sure have those guys.
I sure did.
Honestly, homie, it was meant to just be like a single month of like no Twitter because I just wanted to concentrate, like bettering myself.
Yeah.
I guess I have never bettered myself, so I never came back. Yeah,
I'm not done.
Damn. All right, cool. Guess
I never got better, so I stopped. I never came back.
Yeah, I always tell myself I should really go back to Twitter because there's so many
Yeah, I'm sure there's people
friends
that
niggas out here really like.
yeah, but it's again, man, just for some baffling reason, especially with all the like crap that fucking Elon Musk did.
Yeah.
Just like
Mhm.
I ain't really missing much, huh? Oh, am I?
I mean, you're really not, but at the end of the day, like there's a community on Twitter that reflects a lot of your interests, like or reflects a lot of the shit that you've kind of like fed into.
Yeah.
Into to just like jump off the face of it, because like like I said, like I don't retweet smut, I don't retweet none of that shit.
It's true.
But I was also just like, well, as long as Crown is, then I'm always gonna believe it. And then like one day he just stopped. I'm like, hey, you know what? I asked Token about it, and it was, he was just like, yo, he wants to do better with his life, so he just wants to stop. I'm like, well, I didn't think he was doing bad with his life. I thought he was doing fine.
He just needed focus, man. He was looking for focus.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll say is that shit, all of this, especially smut, like that can be a very fucking time consuming, mind consuming situation. And keeping up with, like, keeping a fan base, keeping something like that on Twitter, you got to be active. You got to be really out here.
Yeah.
Participating in these groups and shit like that. They want to see
You do got to feed into the monster.
Yeah.
So I understand wanting to feed yourself before you fed the monster.
Right,
For
that's
sure.
very. I mean, and as long as you're happy, dude, I don't give a fuck. I'm proud.
Oh
I'm
no,
happy
all day,
for you.
every day, nigga.
Yeah.
Like as long as you're fucking doing good, whether the people hear from you ever fucking again until the next time you're on this podcast, because we're gonna ask you again, bitch.
I'm gonna
Like,
ask you every time.
you gonna come back, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
well, goddamn sure.
Right, but I mean, I definitely feel like what you just asked was a very Twitter centric question. And that's why I was just like, let me ask beforehand.
About the fucking like Rule 34.
What is Rule 34 the month? Like, what does it look like to you?
What do you look? All right, but I gotta know. I want to know because as an individual who participated in these circles, I feel like you might be able to come up with a very interesting Rule 34 OC. And like,
Rule 30. I mean, I guess if we're talking like creature specific, we'll probably say maybe some sort of fly trap monster.
ooh,
I mean, he
okay. This nigga,
Because like once you search something up in Rule 34, you're gonna like a whole world just opens up to you, and you're gonna get trapped in it, homie. And I'm not. I mean, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that is really up to your discretion.
Right.
But like, I would maybe I guess if I have to give it like an actual creature, a mimic,
Okay.
like you open
like in Skullgirls or whatever.
Yeah, like it. Well, it's like
the
a
thing in
chest.
Skullgirl,
Yeah.
like the Egyptian thing in Skullgirl.
Yeah, you open up the chest and then it turns out to be a terrible monster. So
Right.
Fantastic.
I would probably say that would be Rule 34.
Okay.
Like in a nutshell, if you had to like Google, like if you had to give like R34 a fucking monster,
It's like a mimic.
Yeah, I mean that's very fair.
That's fair.
I think it would reflect exactly what you want to see to you,
It would be
Okay.
a shape
A shape
or
shifter.
worse, what you didn't realize what you wanted to see.
Also, yo, put some respect on my nigga's name. This is an avid role player, an avid D&D player over here. My nigga, I'm gonna get him on. We got D&D content coming for y'all. I swear to God, I mean it. I really fucking mean it. We're gonna have D&D content coming for you guys. It's gonna be
That's
fucking
incumbent
great.
on that bitch ass nigga over there. This shit.
Need character models.
Look at
and
him
shit.
running. Look at him
Oh,
running.
here he comes.
Hold
Here
on,
he comes.
hold on,
To
hold
defend
on.
himself.
I'm sorry.
Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Yeah, man.
Now, Virgil, go ahead and give me your take on Rule 34 as a creature.
This
This nigga here. Like he didn't have like 2 whole conversations to come up
I
with.
did. I mean, but also like, no, my girl's right there. It would probably be like some off the beaten path animal.
Okay. Like
You know
a
what I mean?
what? Like a badger? Like a snail? Like
That'd
a
be bad. There are snail monsters out there, but I'm not really with the slimy weird things.
slimy is a motherfucking gross-
Mammals only over
Yeah.
here.
Mammals only. So like a fucking like a bear? Like that's not an offshoot.
We can start there. I feel like the mom from
I say it.
I feel like the mom from Bernstein Bears has a lot of sex appeal potential.
Yeah, actually, I will say this: that nightgown, the blue one with the fucking, was it clouds? What she have on it?
I don't fucking know.
The
It's blue and
stars,
white, I know
moons.
that.
It's blue and white for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, not my proudest fap, but
That's very not so. That's very much so not the proudest fat.
Oh, on that note,
This nigga,
ladies and gentlemen,
this nigga
it's
get
been a
around
great
company.
pod. We've had a fantastic time. Discussed all sorts of generational shit with animation. Discussed adult cartoons at length with a fucking expert, man. I love this nigga. Crown, you got any closing statements? Anything you want the people to know? Anything you want to talk directly to us or directly to them about? You got this your opportunity. Go ahead and give it up to the folks, man. I want to know what knowledge you want to pass on, what information you want to give, what you want motherfuckers to know.
Jesus.
yeah, right now it's just,
That's good.
it's
Jesus.
just the dog. But yes, Jesus.
Let's see here. Off the top of
Yeah,
my
by
head.
the way, you can look at this camera, either one. You know, you just let me know which camera you prefer.
I guess this camera.
Yeah, give it up.
I guess the only thing I can really say is be kind to each other. That's all I can really ask anybody to do.
That nigga's wholesome.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Real
He's a
good guy.
fucking good guy.
Real good guy.
Yo, Virgil, what do you want to say to the folks?
You know I ain't got
man?
nothing, man.
Of course. Well, say bye to the people, man.
Hey, man. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, excuse me.
You need to stay away from the MILFs unless you got some type of Oedipus complex going on over there. I'm a reformed MILF masturbator. All right. And after this man's statements this evening, I think I'm going to let that go.
Shout out Dexter's mom.
No, that was actually gold. I might not take that up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been the Well-Spoken Token. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Thankful for my co-host, the niggas that sat down with me. It's the Well-Spoken Token, and we out.